Yo, it's your boy Madman Habs, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do a dip. So both a variation to work out your chest as well as a variation to work out your triceps. You ready? Let's go.
Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt. Yeah, please say any.
Alright, so dips. Regardless of which variation you do, whether you're focusing on your chest or your triceps, you're generally going to work out the same kind of muscles. So you're going to be hitting your triceps and some of your traps. You're also going to be hitting your shoulders and then your chest in general, but mainly your lower chest. So I'm going to start by assuming that you don't know how to do a single dip yet. So let's go into the steps. Now, if you're a complete beginner, you want to use this weight assisted dip machine just to get used to the movement. Personally, I prefer to move on to movements that actually really replicate the idea of a dip. First, by starting with a clean push-up. So when I say a clean push-up like this, what you want to do is actually tuck in your elbows while have them spread out and have your arms shoulder width apart. Go right down to the bottom and squeeze right at the top, almost imitating the first top part of the dip exercise. The second exercise you want to also master is tricep dips. So get a bench, ideally stabilized or put against the wall, and you want it high enough so that you can actually dip all the way down, so that the upper part of your arm is in parallel to the floor. To be safe, you want 10 clean reps of both push-ups and tricep dips before you move on to the next stage. Alright, let's start using some bands. So with the bands, you want to put it on each side of the bar where you're doing your dips from. Place your shins over the band and then start repping up and down. Use stronger bands at first and then slowly start using bands with less resistance. After a while, you actually want to get used to pausing right at the top and right at the bottom. This will help you imitate or get a closer imitation to the movement of a dip. Once you're really comfortable with the assisted bands, you want to now focus on just your body weight and do what I call negative dips. So jump up right to the top of the dip position and with control, slowly bring yourself back down. Do this a couple of times and get used to this movement without support. Once you've mastered about 10 of these, you should be able to do at least one dip. So a lot of people get confused as to what is tricep focus and what is chest focus. Triceps focus dips are when you're more upright and you go down, but you don't have a bigger range of motion. What you want to come down to is actually have a 90 degrees bend in your elbows, but you're not leaning forward all the way, and therefore focusing on your triceps, making sure you come up all the way to the top and squeeze hard. Watch the transition. I slowly bend forward, and that way, with that subtle difference of arching my body forward, I'm now focusing on my chest. You can see that the range of motion on my chest, I can go further down. And that's it really. So whether you're doing triceps or chest focus, you can start adding weights. Simply put the weights between your legs, like I've shown here. And then just jump up onto the bar. And dip away. Now you can use a chain belt or a dip belt, which I don't have with me at the moment. It can be bought on Amazon for around £10. Common errors. So one of the common errors is to flare out your elbows. So I'm just going to purposely flare out my elbows here so you know what it looks like. And this is very uncomfortable and is not the right way to do dips. Another common issue is half reps, so you're not going down enough or squeezing right at the top. It's quite common for those trying to rep out loads of repetitions. And the final mistake here is curving your back too much. You want to kind of look upright with your face facing up, like so. I hope you really enjoyed today's tutorial on how to do your first ever dip, as well as add weights and understand the difference between focusing on your triceps and your chest. Now remember, perfect the prior exercise before you move on to the next. Have patience and slowly you will be mastering a single dip and hopefully 5, 10, 20 and with weights. Peace.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still